Hi, this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. I went to the Blackmore Vale Bonsai Group's summer show on Sunday, and apparently it's bad manners to go to a show and not come home with a tree. Only joking. But basically, as I walked in, the trader stand that was directly in front of me was Colette's, and this tree was on the end of the table, and my eyes just zoomed in on it, and I thought, well, if I'm going to buy something, I quite like the look of that one. I don't mind the price, and it'll save me messing about digging through all the other trees. So I walked straight up and bought it. First thing I did, I hadn't even had a coffee. Well, there goes some. Anyway, Copper Beech was repotted earlier this year, so I don't need to worry about repotting it for a couple of years. And all I plan on doing with this is letting it grow. I want to get some serious sort of growth in on this tree and thicken up the base. Now down the bottom it's got one of these funny roots that sort of comes out halfway up the trunk. Some people like that sort of thing, some people don't. I haven't made my mind up yet, but I will probably cut it off. I don't know. As far as the trunk's concerned, it's got some nice taper and some very gentle movement. It's not harsh. And it does sort of reflect the nature of what a beech would do. It's got a nice first branch that's had some wire attached. Let's get a bit of form to it. I think I will drop that one down a bit lower. A little bit of wire on this next branch, and then this branch here has had a shoot come out that's been turned into a back branch, a nice low down back branch. I like that. There wasn't one there, so use a shoot off of off the first branch. So yeah, first sort of 3 branches, and then unlike some other beeches, we've got no handlebars to worry about. All the branches come off at various sort of places. This is rather a thick branch for part way up the tree. It was obviously a trunk fork and it's been left on. Decision to be made later. If it comes off, it leaves a gap. But if it stays there, it means the lower branches are thinner than that one. That's the same thickness as the first branch, sort of, as things go. But then this one could be held back and these two allowed to grow, so that these two thicken up at a faster rate than this one and hopefully catch up. And then we've got a few other branches as we go up the trunk, and then again we've got another trunk fork. Difficult to know what to do there. How tall do I want the tree? Do I want the tree taller and bigger? If so, then this bit stays. If not, this bit comes off and pick a new lead. So decisions to make, but nothing at the moment. Nothing's coming off, nothing's going to be trimmed, it's just going to be allowed to grow. It doesn't appear to have a lot of vigour, and it looks like some of the growing tips have been taken out. Now, I might not have done that had I had the choice. Some of them have been left on, but a fair few have had the ends taken off. Once they're gone, you can't put them back again, can you? But in fact, most of the tree has had the growing tips taken off, quite honestly. So we're looking at the branches to push on farther back from the growing tip. That will take longer to put the vigour back in the tree, because those growing tips on beech are fierce. You'd almost say fearsome. They push on at a hell of a rate of knots and grow some pretty large leaves, and that puts an awful lot of energy and strength into the tree. That opportunity's been lost for this year. Occasionally you can get a second flush of leaves on beech, and in some places it does look like there is a bit of regrowth, but not much, and it doesn't always happen. So we shall see. But apparently this keeps its colour through the year. Some copper beeches seem to go back to green halfway through the year. A bit like the old Deshojo, lovely colour in the spring, and then they go a sort of muddy colour as the year progresses. Anyway, I'm quite happy with that tree. I quite like its shape. I certainly like the colour. I've always liked Copper Beech. You know, they do stand out in the wild. I don't believe that's a native tree. I think that's an import, but there are some out in the wild anyway. People have done them. And Colette said that'll take full sun all day long, but you must keep it well hydrated. And she said it doesn't mind part shade. So we shall see. Anyway, I've given it a good water today along with everything else. And yeah, we'll just put it out where it gets sun for quite a bit of the day, but not all of it. Yeah, and we'll see how it progresses. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Less than £30 for a tree that sort of size is not bad going from a trader, you know, so I was well pleased. Anyway, see you next time. Thanks for dropping by.